Hello there, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 1. My name is Tessie Omeri. President Muhammadu Buhari has commended the gallant officers and men of the Nigerian Army for their resilience in restoring peace and security in the nation despite the global pandemic. The president said this at the wreath-laying ceremony in commemoration of the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Day.
The 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Day was celebrated in a grand style as President Muhammadu Buhari and other top government officials converged on the military arcade to lay wreath in respect and remembrance of the fallen heroes who paid a supreme price for the security of the country. The ceremony is in honor of the Nigerian's military, both living and fallen heroes. Nigerian Armed Forces Remembrance Day is celebrated every January 15. In Abuja, Bodiri Ogboru, Arutere, NTA News.
And the people of New Kershi community in Nasarawa State are basking in the euphoria of a new dawn with the completion and handing over of a 13-kilometer ecological road project, where President Muhammadu Buhari's led administration was commended for delivering people's-oriented projects. Our correspondent reports that the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, and Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, reiterated government's commitment to affect communities across the country.
This 13-kilometer Kershi-Tudunwada road, including culverts, hydraulic structures and drains, by the Ecological Fund Office, is one of the projects handed over to benefiting communities as part of dividends of democracy. This rousy welcome by the people of Tudunwada, New Kershi of Nasarawa State was in appreciation of the life-touching project from the federal government. The inauguration of the 13-kilometer road project, among others, attracted officials of the federal and Nasarawa state government. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, while inaugurating the project, said President Muhammadu Buhari remained focused in addressing the huge ecological challenges in the country.
If we can sustain this road in terms of easing traffic flow in and out of Abuja. I drove on this road last Sunday and I found it very, very convenient as a shortcut into the city of Abuja.
Nasarawa State Governor was highly appreciative of the project, reiterating the state's willingness to always partner the federal government in meeting the needs of its populace.
For all the support Nasarawa State continues to receive in all areas of security, development, the love we continue to receive both from Mr. President and the Vice President, and especially my dear brother, the SGF, the support we continue to receive from you, only God Almighty will combat you.
Permanent Secretary, Ecological Fund Office Habib Lawal, as well as the FCT Minister, enjoined the people to fully utilize the project.
The timely completion of this project has been made possible through the efforts of the contractor and the consultant, who have worked assiduously to ensure minimum loss of time in the project execution.
The joy of the people knew no bounds, as the road will put an end to numerous lives lost, according to Sarkin Kershi, who also commended indigenous contractors for their prompt execution of the project.
There is one thing I would like to comment about this administration. They don't come to do work because they know you. They do it because they feel it's their duty to do it. We lack word to say thank you.
Before the commencement of the project, anybody that passes through this place knows how, I won't say deadly, but how poor the road is. Now you can see, save life.
Similarly, construction of reinforced concrete drains and land reclamation project in Suleja, Niger State, was also handed over to the community in Kwamba by Ecological Fund Office. Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Ecology, Honorable Abdullahi Mahmudu, inaugurated and handed over the project on behalf of the President.
It will be better and it will last longer if you free it of all debris.
We want to most sincerely thank Mr. President, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, for giving us this project. This will go a long way to alleviate the suffering of this community.
Both communities received their certificates of the project completion with a promise to maintain the project for the benefit of all. In Abuja, Tessie.
Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Muhammad Musa Bello, says the Special Public Works Program of the federal government, which will engage 774,000 Nigerians across all the local government areas of the country, will have positive impact on the development of communities across the nation. The minister made this known during the flag-off of the program in Adamawa State. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu has details.
21,000 youths and women drawn from the 21 local government areas of Adamawa State will be engaged in the provision of services critical to the rehabilitation and maintenance of public and social infrastructure in communities under the federal government Special Public Works Program. FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello, who flagged off the program in his home state of Adamawa, revealed that the initiative will mitigate the negative socio-economic effects of COVID-19.
The whole idea of this program adequately and clearly demonstrates the effort and determination of President Muhammad Buhari to identify with and protect the most vulnerable members of our communities.
I am happy that the Special Public Works Program aimed at employing 774,000 jobs is an approach to poverty alleviation to be done for poverty alleviation drive.
This program is a very significant step in Nigeria's quest to win the war against mass unemployment, as well as to ameliorate the effect of COVID-19 pandemic.
The Special Public Works Program, initiated by the National Directorate of Employment, seeks to explore employment opportunities that abound in the public works sector, which both the skilled and unskilled unemployed persons can carry out utility, environmental and infrastructural development works. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
The Abuja Municipal Area Council says the 12 political wards of the council are to benefit from its own 1,000 federal government extended special public works program given to the council. This was revealed during the commencement of the program for Amak at Nyanya Ward, where stakeholders commended President Muhammad Buhari, that is the led administration, for this giant stride. Aisha Bashir completes the report.
The federal government's Special Public Works programs through the National Directorate of Employment (NDE) was meant to engage youths in some important sectors of the economy and is currently going on across the country, with the Abuja Municipal Area Council commencing its own, beginning with the Yanya political ward, where beneficiaries were encouraged to utilize the employment opportunity.
Let me begin by thanking Mr. President for launching the 1,000 job per service for local government in Nigeria. For us here in Municipal Institute of Pride, for us who are happy with the program, because you can see all the people are from our local communities, and that he has eased the tension of the lack of employment from among the youths and the women.
We have 1,000 participants from each area council, and in Amak we have 12 wards. We divide the 1,000 participants into 12 wards. So as you can see now, we have Zone A here and some of the Zone B.
The beneficiaries, who were full of excitement, described the program as timely, with a promise to add value through the program.
We are really appreciating the federal government that approved this program for us, and we're glad that henceforth our youth will benefit from this program. They try to fix us in different kind of activities so that we keep ourselves busy, so we are really appreciating them.
We came out to make sure that we put things very clean. We can see our people are in action, some are in traffic, so I clean up, and we will make sure that all this thing has been done very well.
Amak officials and coordinators of the program said all the zones and wards in Amak will fairly benefit from the scheme, which they promised to effectively and efficiently monitor. Amak, like any other local council in the country, has 1,000 beneficiaries. Aisha Bashir, NTA News.
Development Control has pulled down a structure under construction in Kubo along Abuja-Nyanya Expressway. Shike Laikpinae stumbled on the demolition exercise and followed up on the story.
Abuja is one of the fastest growing cities in the world, yet it is still evolving, with a master plan as a guide for all forms of development activities. Any development that contravenes the well-laid-down plan of the city attracts the wrath of the Department of Development Control. Scenes such as this is a common sight in Abuja. This time, the entire task force of the FCT Development Control were on ground to pull down a fuel station under construction in Kubo for contravening the original site plan of the station in an estate belonging to the Nigerian Air Force.
In what we approved for the Nigerian Air Force, supposed to be a green area for recreational activity. But then somehow along the line, it was changed. And we asked the developer to stop. He refused to comply.
The Development Control says it will stop at nothing to enforce compliance to development plans.
What is right and what is wrong is wrong. And what is wrong must be removed. And that's what we did. You are not expected to put a single block without getting permission. And if you are going to review your approved plan, you have to come back to the approving authority that I'm review my approved plan based on reasons A, B, C.
For the owners of the structure, the Nigerian Air Force, obviously enraged by the action of the Development Control, could only express their displeasure.
We thank the Air Force and thank him. Even when we are talking with him, you just send him into Air Force land and start destroying.
The story may be far from being over, as the parties involved are yet to come to terms with the way forward. In Abuja, Shikiola Ipenanyi, NTA News.
And the need for public convenience in any society cannot be overemphasized. To this end, 4 units of public convenience have been built by a serving Corps member, Vincent Chidera, as part of her community development project in Dakwa village of Buari Area Council in Abuja. Odiri Ogboru Orutere reports that the Director General of NYSC Brigadier Shuaibu Ibrahim was in Dakwa to inaugurate the project.
Dakwa village is a community outskirts of Abuja, where a core member built 4 units of public convenience aiming the less privileged and alamajiri to help in keeping the environment clean and safe. Vincent Chidera says the passion he has for his future career moved him to contribute his quota in development of the community.
I realized that we had over 10 settlements here where Almajiri children are kept, but without places of convenience. So I decided that I was going to set up something little to assist this. So I decided to start up this project because I wanted to solve that problem.
Inaugurating the project, Director General of NYSC, Brigadier General Shuaibu Ibrahim, commended the core member for his contribution and urged others to emulate.
When the history of those core members who fought and are still fighting COVID-19, Dr. Chidera's name will mention, because Dr. Chidera is into everything. He sews, he produces face masks.
The community leaders and some of the beneficiaries expressed their joy for the gesture.
By assisting these children, they will grow up with conscience and definitely be conscious of the fact that at a stage in their life, government was able to support them. I hope people like us can do more in this line.
It is the responsibility of everyone to save the environment with this community development service known as CDS. It is expected that many will render selfless services to their communities. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. The news continues after this message. Stay with us.
Please cover your mouth with your bent elbow like this. Auntie, cover my mouth for what? Corona don't go from Nigeria. I beg, Auntie, don't disturb my life. No. Coronavirus pandemic is not over.
Don't relent in observing safety protocols and good hygiene. Frequent hand washing with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Practice good respiratory etiquette, including covering your coughs and sneezes. Avoid close contact with a sick person. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when around others. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces.
You're absolutely right. Coronavirus is still with us.
Please, and remember, coronavirus pandemic is not over. Protect yourself and others to stay safe.
This message is brought to you by NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station.
Thank you for staying with us. We'll continue with updates on COVID-19. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) as at 14th January 2021 indicates 201 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases to be 14,139, while active cases stands at 6,188, and the number of discharged cases in the territory now stands at 7,840, and sadly 111 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. And now, the need for government to articulate its plans towards achieving Vision 2050 formed the thrust of the 2021 Mike Omotosho Annual Lecture, which brings together policymakers and professionals to discuss and proffer solutions to pressing societal and developmental issues. Hakimat Aliu has details of the event, which was held virtually.
This is the 6th edition of the Mike Omotosho Annual Lecture. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it is a virtual affair dedicated to examining pragmatic solutions to challenges that could deter implementation of Agenda 2050. Keynote speaker Professor Kingsley Moralu noted that strategic plans and actions must be taken to achieve the Nigeria of everyone's dream.
I know that women handle loads far better than men, but who gets most of the loads in Nigeria? It's the men.
Talking about Nigeria 29 years from now, the convener Mike Omotosho says cannot be too early, adding that government's vision plans are commendable but requires effort from stakeholders and all.
The mistake we often make is waiting for government to do everything for us. So it's better we begin to decide within ourselves what can we do.
Investment in education, diversified economy, funding for the private sector, better empowerment for the populace, and other key developmental goals were highlighted by the panelists and discussants, all looking forward to a better future for the country. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
Sapi of Garki Usman Gakupi has urged his subjects to reach out to their communities on the need for them to adhere to the protocols of COVID-19. The paramount ruler said this when he received his subjects in his palace in Abuja. Deborah Gaza Jamaica reports.
In the face of his mandate as custodian of the people's customs, the paramount ruler of Garki Chiefdom Sapi Usman Gakupi said, in this unprecedented time of second wave of COVID-19, he advised his subjects to continue to scale up support for government in the fight against coronavirus by discouraging social gatherings.
COVID-19 is real, and prevention is better than cured. So the message should be part of the grassroots that all of us must try to adhere to the protocol of COVID-19.
He called on FCT youths to also assist security agents by being vigilant over happenings around their domain.
Each of us have a role to play in the security aspect. So we draw the attention that she inform the other residents that are residing in this chiefdom to make sure that we participate in curtailing the security aspect.
His subjects were thankful to the traditional ruler for his concern over the development of his chiefdom.
It's an encouragement to the communities if we can go by it because of the security aspects. Yes, you know the security aspect, we cannot discuss it in the public.
We have learned a lot, and he has told us a lot of things, most especially concerning the COVID-19, concerning the education of our children, concerning the security in the nation.
Ngakupi, however, called on National Identity Management Commission to open more registration centers across the Federal Capital Territory to enable seamless registration for residents of the Federal Capital Territory. Deborah Gazaj-Maika, NTA News.
And colleagues, friends and family members whose lives have been touched positively through interaction with late Rory Bulus Miller, a former zonal director of NTA Jos, have described him as a jolly good fellow. These testimonies came pouring at the service of songs held in honor of late Rory Miller at the First Baptist Church, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. Deborah Gaza-Jamaica again completes the report.
The service of songs held on Wednesday, 13th January was to also pay tributes to the veteran broadcaster who died at 66 after a brief illness. Nevertheless, a service like this is never without testimonies, as colleagues and friends condole with the family over the homecoming of a man who was instrumental to the development of the broadcast industry.
Those days in NTA headquarters in Lagos, he's a very lively man and very assuming senior person. We were far his junior, but he was relating well with everybody.
I really appreciate Rory Miller in life and in death. That's why I find that some of us cannot but be here to honor him.
If you've been with someone for so long and suddenly they're gone, you know, may he just rest with the Lord.
Father was a very devoted man of God, very devoted to work. He was very humble, very intelligent, and a very good disciplinarian.
I can say only one thing. I miss him for his caring, for other things they let me just because there are many.
In the sermon, the President-elect Nigerian Baptist Convention, Reverend Israel Kanji, says humanity is a gift from God and the philosophy of life should be viewed completely as making what is yours for others if the need arises.
We should fix ourselves into the realities if we want to inherit eternal life. Reality number one is that humanity always treats humanity with brutality.
Late Rory Miller died on the 2nd of January 2021 and will be buried on Saturday 16th January in his hometown in Balanga local government area of Gombe State. He is survived by his wife, children, sisters and brothers. Amongst his children is Butua Miller, a reporter with NTA News 24. Deborah Gazaj-Maika, NTA News.
And on sports, the technical crew of Abia Warriors Football Club has been given the mandate to win their next 3 games by the management. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, Arsenal were held to a goalless draw by Crystal Palace. Details of these and more on Sports Brief. Emmanuel Obinna.
The management of Abia Warriors Football Club of Umuahia has given the technical crew the mandate to win their next 3 games or be ready to face the music. The optimum came after the management held an emergency meeting with the coaches at the club secretariat in Umuahia following the dismissal performance of the team. Arsenal women manager Joe Metamiro says the club will not tolerate coronavirus protocol breaches after confirming 3 players have apologized to the teammates for visiting Dubai during the Women's Super League winter break. In Spain, Athletic Bilbao topped Real Madrid by 2-1 to book Super Cup final date with Barcelona. Thanks to two first-half goals from Raul Garcia and while Karim Benzema pulled one back for the defending champions, they were still unable to go through victorious. They faced Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup final on Sunday. In golf, Niemann, who lost out in a playoff to Harris English at last week's Century Tournament of Champions, posted an opening round 62 at Whaley Country Club in Honolulu to join Peter Malnati and Jason Kokrak at the top of the leaderboard. In racing, Callum Williams, the 20-year-old Australian, made his series debut with the Swiss outfit last year, but ended a tough rookie campaign without scoring a point. However, the Perth-born driver will continue with Jason Motorsport for a second season in the FIA Formula 3 Championship. With Sports Brief, Emmanuel Obina, NTA News.
And that concludes the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Before we go, remember, as the second wave of coronavirus ravages more countries around the world, please wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you've been in a public place. More reports at 7. Bye for now.